What's up everyone, Dr. Zleek here. Today we're looking at Lab Rat, the final hard track in the first set of hard tracks in Trials Evolution. And we're going to go ahead and use the finish for this track. There's also a couple of achievements you can do on this track, including the one where you have to get on, let's see what it's called. I think it's like fish and chips or something. Something in chips. It's in here somewhere. Burnt to a crisp. Well, you know, crisp is like European chip, so close enough. Anyways, that's finishing while on fire, and so basically how you do that is you wait 3 seconds, and then once that pipe falls, you light yourself on fire, and basically continue throughout the track without faulting and to the finish line. But we're not going to worry about that. I will point out later where you need to deactivate a water spawn in order to do that effectively. So we're going to start out, you just want to lean back, and then try to just hop on your back wheel. So basically this is just getting that back wheel and do a bunny hop, landing on the flatter part of this checkpoint. And from here, another basic bunny hop. If you can, try not to do too much of an exaggerated bunny hop. That way you land sooner and on the flatter part of that area. So again, it's like, you know, maybe leaning forward slightly before that and then just landing as flat as possible on both wheels, hopefully, and just going off the next checkpoint. Shout out to B-Channel. Anyways, once you go down here, you can just not bunny hop at all and just land. You want to try to land flat on 2 wheels, or alternatively, you can just try to do a wheelie through the thing and just hop like that. Although, if you do that too far, it will kind of mess up with your timing on the next jump. You just want to go through flat and then just lean forward, land on this next checkpoint. You want to try and land as soon as possible, obviously, to eliminate air time, which eats up clock, but also to position yourself better for this next jump. So probably get lit on fire there again. You just want to try to skip that whole big pipe thing and land on this little V section, I guess, because it's a V looking thing. Anyways, once you land down there, you'll just want to lean back on land. You'll probably landing forward, lean back, and just be able to do a nice little hop up to the next section. Try to land as soon as possible. Again, on the flat section, probably gonna burn up on fire, so I'll let it do that for me. Anyways, if you're still on fire at this point and want to get that burnt to a potato chip achievement, you would basically just hit this pipe, the water will drain, and that way you'll still remain on fire. Also, if you find it too difficult to kind of like sneak your way through here, which I'm going to tell you to do in a second, doing that as just a precaution to make it so your OS likely defaults is just as, it's a little bit slower, but if you're just focused mainly on getting 0 faults, that's a good way to do it. Basically, if you want to get through here as quick as possible, you want to lean back to get that front wheel up, and then slightly tap your brakes or just lean forward, depending on how fast you're going. And that should just kind of whip you, and make sure to get your head, it'll be leaning forward, but once you're in the air, lean back. Otherwise, what will happen is you'll hit your head here. If you lean back, your head will kind of get recessed back towards your bike, and also lean your bike backward, which will just kind of rebalance you for the next part of the track. So anyways, hopefully you should land either on this flat section here or somewhere on this ramp. The ramp is better because you can just keep going with your speed. You don't want to bunny hop if you have the speed, because you'll get too much airtime. So if you land on that previous downhill ramp, just go ahead and power on through without bunny hopping. You should land either on this pipe or on the next checkpoint. If you do land on this flat section, depending on what your speed and traction is, just make a judgment call on whether to bunny hop or not. If you can, just try to land on this checkpoint or on the orange pipe just before the checkpoint. Either way is okay. Like I said, just make your best judgment call for that. So once you're here, you're just going to lean forward around this point of the ramp just to get up and kind of onto this thing. You can do it where you just hop over and try to hop on this checkpoint on this pipe. It's a bit more difficult and doesn't necessarily save you any time, so if you just want to land on that previous point and push on to that checkpoint, that is just as acceptable. Apparently being my time here. That'd be mildly impressive, but I don't think it's gonna actually happen. Nope. Okay, so anyways, like I was saying, try to do the ramp section here. As you can see, I'm also not perfect at this game, and my best times come from doing the track literally hundreds, if not 1,000 or more times. I have like 50,000 track starts, I think, compared to the 100 and something tracks that are actually in the game, including tournaments and stuff. So that gives you sort of an idea of what I mean. Then there you go. Anyways, I've been blabbering, not really paying attention here. So if you down here, you just gas through, don't even need to bunny hop, you'll land right there. Feel free to move around, you're leaning once you're already in the air, that way you don't hop, but you just kind of balance yourself and land more accordingly. Anyways, from here, like I said, you just want to push forward around halfway through this ramp. If you're on that incline, basically, if you get down to a physics standpoint, you're past like the midsection of the curve, therefore uphill, downhill. I don't know, this game has taught me more physics than physics class, but basically, since you're already on the top half of the curve, you won't be really pushing into it, because if you do this too early, then you'll push into it. But to a certain degree, if your acceleration is greater than the fact that your front wheel is coming down on, then you should be able to get there. Blah blah blah, fancy talk. Basically, once you're just past halfway, feel free to lean forward. Your front wheel may clip a little bit, but you shouldn't experience any problems with it bouncing or causing you to wreck. Once you land down up here, you just want to gas off down here, no bunny hop, land nice and flat, and then do maybe a slight bunny hop in this next section. You shouldn't need it if you have enough speed, but again, make a judgment call based on your current play. So once you're here, you just want to do another basic bunny hop, and you can either do two things. You can land, you can either just bunny hop, which is what I prefer to do from here, and just land right here nice and flat, or you can land up here and just try to push off with a little hop. Either way works. With this jump, don't worry about bunny hopping. You should land with both wheels pretty flat there. If you bunny hop, you will most likely over jump it, and you can go for that ramp jump. You can go for that landing here. Personally, I'm not very good at it, so I don't usually do it. And then from here, there's two things you can do. Or well, from here, you get to the next checkpoint. So basically bunny hop, try to land as soon as you can on this flat section with both wheels down. So normally if you're on fire, which I guess I can show you in a second, there's a second bridge up here which will just allow you to skip this, otherwise you'll have to go through this animation. The other option is you can try to hop, and so let's see if I can do something like that where you just get on the next section. I've done it a few times to where I can actually just clear it, but I'm not very good at it. Even my best time, I do kind of clip this little stair section here. So you might find the fire one easier just because you can skip this whole ramp entirely, or you just might have to suffer the few seconds it takes for this animation to go and just come down here. Or like I said, you can try to do this nice big bunny hop and land right there like I just did. And basically the secret of that is getting as much traction on your back wheel as possible and getting as much forward momentum. And so it's basically leaning back until your front tire comes up off this ramp, and then you want to lean forward near the top of the actual ramp part, not necessarily the stairs, because your tire will catch. And that should give you the maximum forward momentum and height you need to get that jump if you do it correctly. Also, if you land from the previous jump with continuing momentum. Another tip is if you do land on the previous jump, try to land into your front wheel, because it'll kick it up further once you lean back, because the suspension will release and just kind of spring it off of the front end. But again, there's multiple ways to do that. The easiest way is try to stay on fire if you can manage that, and just skip it with that secondary bridge. Otherwise, the fastest way to do it is obviously jump over it. But if you're just going for the safe route, without being on fire, just land here, wait for that to... You'll see the spark go off. That's when you know it's about to pop off. And you can try to just time it to where you're off as soon as possible. Anyways, from the next checkpoint, if I can get back there without... There we go. So, once we land down here, if you land on the stairs, that makes it easier because you can just push forward at the bottom of this ramp. So if you land on this downhill stairs, push forward once your front wheel hits this little ramp. It's very smooth, so you'll just be able to hop right over to the next checkpoint. If you land on this flat section, which you very well might, you probably don't need the jump, but you might hit that little bump back here on this ledge, so feel free to bunny hop if you need to. Just try to land somewhere on this flat section. On this part, it's pretty basic, full throttle, holding back. Try to land. As you can see, this kind of curves up, over, and then kind of forward again, and then a little lip. Try to land if at all possible, or just try to like lean back and try to land on that flatter section, so like right here a little bit, and then try to push forward once your front wheel is just about to get over this. Just like that. You should land on this checkpoint. Shout out to Vimes. Should follow him out on Twitter. He tweets all that trial stuff. Anyways, what's it saying? Oh yeah, so you want to land here flat, and you'll lean back. And then you'll see there's a flat section, there's the initial ramp, and then the big ramp. Try to lean forward as your front tire is getting onto that big ramp. That'll just push you pretty flat. As always with inclines, back wheel into front, and then if you get traction, full throttle it onto the last checkpoint. And then depending on how much height you get, you can just either lean forward for your head to cross the finish line, or if you're not going to make it, try to just land and then push forward as soon as you land. And the other option too is if you don't want to just lean forward, once you gain traction you can lean back and then do a nice big bunny hop. Either way, that's the finish line. I'll go show you on fire here, hopefully, how to skip that section. So obviously with this part too, this is just if you want to get that achievement, you have to get lit on fire at the beginning. If you want to get that bridge, there's actually a part where you can get lit on fire just past or just before the water pipe. So feel free to do that if you want. Because that is, it won't eat up the 3 seconds there. So as you see here, there's a secondary bridge. And I'll wreck for some reason, but that's basically what you would use for that last checkpoint. So again, I'll show you the other spot you can get lit on fire. So this won't net you the achievement, however, it can save you a little bit of time. So you can either try to get lit on fire there, or try to get a little extra height there and get on fire, and then just hit this pipe. Don't crash like I did, but basically once you hit that pipe and flip over, and you're still on fire, that bridge will be up there. Otherwise, the track is exactly the same. 9 times out of 10, you'll get lit on fire anyways. You'll just try to put yourself out at that water spurt. But then, like I said, once you're here, you just want to make sure to take your time and get a nice big bunny hop land up here, and just similar to that last jump, just kind of push off. You'll get lit on fire there again, probably. And then again, push forward, back into forward, and then just full throttle, head over the finish line. There you go. So it's roughly the same time. You'll just need to take up that extra few seconds to get the water drained. Also, you won't be able to skip that part, so that'll take up another second or so, depending on how you do it. So it's really up to you. It's kind of different, varying levels of degrees of difficulty. So it's like when you're on fire, it's a little bit easier, but you have to make sure never to slow down, and also you have to make sure to drain the water. When you're not on fire, you have to deal with that big bridge with the latched thing on there. So it's kind of a catch-22, I suppose. Anyways, enough of the yapping. Let's get to the slow-mo replay. Alright. So you see me leaning forward, getting that back wheel down there. Went a little bit late there, but that's okay. Just push forward, try to get as little airtime as possible. See me kind of doing there where I just push off on that front wheel. I don't get very much speed, so it's okay. So that means I land sooner. It's alright. You see me kind of hiccup that landing on the back there, but that's fine. You see me push forward here, let go of the gas, just to kind of hop up here. And you'll see me get that front wheel up, push forward, I'm not holding brake or gas. Just hit that water. I hit it a little late, so I do end up pushing forward here off the orange pipe. See me lean forward there. Just go off that back wheel there. So like I said before, just I'm not doing it exactly how I do when I teach you guys what to do in my replay. But it's the same basic principles. So we just land there. Like I said, I have enough speed, so I don't need a bunny hop. I'll just push off there, waiting forward in the ramp. And then you'll see as I try to land as soon as possible in this flat section, pushing forward here. I really could have just leaned back either way. I think I might have tapped the brakes a little bit there, but either way. So assuming here I do lean into my front wheel like I mentioned to try to compress it. As you can see there, it's very compressed, and that way when I lean back it kind of kicks up a lot sooner. And that's a big hop here. And like I said, I do get stuck here, but that's fine. Just kind of soldier on, leaning forward on that ramp. Lit on fire again. You'll see me leaning back here and just trying to push forward over that part. Landing soon here, pushing forward once again onto that main ramp. Back and into my front wheel as always, and then I just have no momentum to lean my head over the finish line for my platinum time. As always guys, thanks for watching. With these longer tracks, and it's a little bit more of a trek, but hopefully anything I said helped you guys out. As always, comments or requests or feedback, whatever, comments are good. Twitter's also a good thing. If you just add me a tweet or follow me and then DM me, either one is really good for that. And thanks for watching guys. Hopefully this helps you get a platinum, and I'll see you guys next time.